Yo, what's going on, guys? JD Cards and Graphs. This is my first IP recap on the channel, and it's a huge one of 2017 Orioles Fan Fest. I also got a 2-package mail today. Just got home from Fan Fest. 40 total autos. My first IP event of 2017 or 2018, I mean. So yeah, first, I'm gonna show you guys some promotional items they gave away. We got this Orioles like winter hat, and I'm not gonna take it out right now. My dad has his taken out. It's a like, not Lego thing of Camden Yards, but it's like a statue of Camden Yards, which is really cool. And then next, there's like a mini card show at FanFest every year. I had $20 credit because of the Machado thing. If you guys don't know, Machado didn't go to FanFest because he had prior commitments, and he didn't tell the Orioles till yesterday. He cost the Orioles charities $20,000 in refunds. So yeah, that sucks. I had a voucher for him, and he didn't do it. But here's what I got with the 20 bucks. And we still got the other guys at the station. Got this Trey Mancini update rookie, Chrome update rookie, and an Optic Hollow. Those are the first three. And then the big one, it was under eBay comps, Jonathan Scope, Topps Chrome Auto, which is really sick. Even though he didn't go either, because him and Machado are like best friends or whatever. And yeah, I think he had to be somewhere, but there's no word on if Machado actually had to go somewhere or not. I think what happened was the Orioles never got confirmation from him that he was going. But I still had a really good day without him, so screw you, Machado. No, I'm just kidding. Let's do cards. I got Donnie Hart on 2, a Bowie team set, and a Shorebirds team set. He's kind of eluded me. This guy got the last 2 years. We got Michael Givens on a first Bowman and Sal League Top Prospects. He hates this card for some reason. I don't know why. But for the last 2 years, he skipped over it when it was like in the middle of the page. I think he just picks the ones he likes best. That turned out pretty nice, though. Next, we got Joe Orzelak on 1. He looks a lot older than he actually is. He's like 40, and he looks like he's like 70. It's bad. But he's a nice guy. I met him at Texas Roadhouse a couple months ago. Next, we got Tanner Scott on 1 on a Bowie team set. I only have 3 more I need to complete the set. Leaf of Brady Anderson, him, Tanner Scott, and who else? Ron Hansen were there. Ron Hansen was in the first ever All-Star game, which is cool. None of them were really talkative. Tanner Scott said to Ron Hansen, "Your signature's so clean." And he's like, "How do you do it?" And he's like, "Well, it's easier when you don't have 2 first names." That was kind of funny. But Brady Anderson wasn't very talkative. Next, this guy was at the kids session. Alan Mills, pitching coach on a Bowie team set. On 3, bench coach, John Russell. He was a manager for the Pirates for a couple years on 2009 2008 Topps. Another guy who's eluded me for a while. I've already got him once, but I got him once he had actual cards. We got David Hess on the Topps Heritage Minors team set from 2016. Another Heritage Minors. A 2017 team set, and a Heritage Minors Blue 299. So thank you, David. He's a really nice guy. I just haven't got him. Because he's a starter. He's a starting pitcher, so he never comes out. Unless he's pitching, and no one ever signs when they pitch, so. I'm gonna do postcards. The Orioles give out postcards when you don't have something to get signed, or just like you can just have a postcard. just how it works. I don't really know how to explain it. Then I got Alec Asher on 2. I already got him on cards. Got him 1 in blue. I don't know if you can see that. Move it back. 1 in blue and 1 in black. First one was at a paid session. Second was in a kid session. By the way, guys, it's 3 guys per session for $20. Joe Orioles, I got him in the kid section and the regular one. A Rule 5 guy, Nestor Cortes. He said this isn't him on the card, which is kind of funny. He looked completely different than that, though. Next, 2 more Donnie Harts. I didn't even know I got 2 of him, but apparently I did. I thought I only grabbed 1. This guy I didn't actually meet. I just saw this laying on, well, the next guy, it spoils it, Larry Bigby's card. It's a Larry Sheets. The Orioles do a really good job, like, setting up their fan fest, but it's a pain to print out your vouchers. I had to print out some of them this morning, and I've been trying for 2 days to print them. But it's a really good way to get a ton of autographs. Larry Bigby was at the kid session. Most of these guys on postcards were. Let's see if they weren't. Jeffrey Ramirez, I asked him if he'd be back in Bowie, and he's like, heck no. Well, at least that's what he hopes. He has braces, which is kind of funny, because he's like 20. Shows me I'm not alone, I guess. I got Jesus Lorenzo. They get a new postcard for him every year, which is cool. He was in Bowie all year. Free agent for the Orioles, Jacob Brugman. Got him from the A's, I think. He was a really cool guy. I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, there you go. This guy signed one of my cards, but not the other one. But he signed this postcard and gave it to me instead of the other card. Maybe he just doesn't like it. I have no clue. Hunter Harvey. He's a highly touted prospect. Everyone likes him. I really don't know too much about this guy. Michael Kelly. I think he was a Rule 5 guy. Don't quote me on that, though. He's a pitcher. Ron Hansen. AL Rookie of the Year in 1960. He was an All-Star in 1960 as well. Really clean signature. Ron Hansen on the postcard. I got Tanner Scott and Brady Anderson on cards, and he's like, "Where's your cards for me?" And that was funny, because he played in the 60s, and it cost like $20 to get any of his cards at least. Postcard of Tanner Scott. He looked kind of pissed to be there, but he's a nice guy, so I don't really hold that against him at all. Kind of boring to sign for all those hours. Another one of John Russell. Got that at a paid session. Richard Blyer. I told him all my cards of you are in your mailbox. So he said, well, I'll get to him. So that was kind of cool. He's a nice guy. He was talking to everybody. And then lastly, Michael Givens again. I really like Michael Givens. He's a good pitcher. Orioles use him a lot. FanFest was not as crowded as it was last year. I think just because there's generally less enthusiasm about the team this year. Yeah, just a lot less enthusiasm. Because they're kind of self-destructing when they were trying to trade Machado, and they got rid of Hardy and Tillman. I'm going to do this one last, but here's one of the bigger cards. We got this Hunter Harvey, Bowman Chrome card. Turn 2 with DJ Stewart. I got DJ Stewart this summer, so that was one of my goals on the day, to get Hunter Harvey to finish it, which is really sick. It bubbled a little bit right there. I forgot to prep it, but that was really cool that I got that. Let me order these photos. Alright, so I'm gonna have to just do this. And sneak peek camera stand right there. Wow, it's 10 minutes. We got this Austin Hayes 8x10 signed. Looks really sick. We got this sweet looking Darren O'Day. He's a former All-Star. I picked this photo because I knew he would sign it big and blue. That's really sick right there. I thought all my photos were really cool. All these guys were really nice. Kevin Gosman, he said he liked the photo. He's got a cool looking signature too. And then lastly, my best photo, kind of a funny story with this guy, Mark Trumbo. He was getting heckled. Like, there's a stage where the players sign, and then there's a place next to it where people can take pictures and stuff of the guy signing. And there was a guy heckling him, and he was 2 guys in front of me. So Trumbo was kind of pissed off about that. But he was still nice to me. I said, I like watching you play a lot. So that kind of cheered him up a little bit, I think. And then lastly, this is really mojo, if anything wasn't mojo before. Bam. We got this Adam Jones signed printing plate. 1 of 1. That's so sick. He said, is this one of those things they put the cards on? Or whatever he said. And they said, is this even me? And then he turned around and looked at his name. Adam Jones is such a cool guy. He tweeted, I'm not going to FanFest tomorrow. Because Machado and Scope didn't go. And then he said, just kidding, like 15 minutes later. I said, I'm glad it's fake, and he's like, 99% of Twitter's fake. So, he's a really cool guy. Great player. Thank you to everyone who signed, and thanks for watching. Talk to you guys later, and peace.